Hi everyone, welcome to Rashi Things. So today I am here to talk about Spring Framework interview questions part 1. Let's begin. First question, what is Spring Framework? Spring is a powerful open source, loosely coupled, lightweight Java based application framework meant for reducing the complexity of developing enterprise level applications. This framework is also called as the framework of frameworks, as Spring provides support to various other important frameworks like JSF, Hibernate, Struts, EJB, etc. There are around 20 modules which are generalized into following types: core container, data access or integration, web, AOP, aspect oriented programming, instrumentation, messaging, and test. Next question, what do you mean by IOC container? Spring container forms the core of the Spring framework. The Spring container uses dependency injection for managing the application components by creating objects, wiring them together along with the configuring and managing their overall life cycles. The instructions for Spring container to do the task can be provided by either XML configuration, Java annotations, or Java code. Next question, what do you understand by dependency injection? The main idea in dependency injection is that you don't have to create your objects, but you just have to describe how they should be created. The components and services need not be connected by us in the code directly. We have to describe which services are needed by which components in the configuration file. The IOC container present in Spring will wire them up together. Next question. Explain the difference between constructor and setter injection. In constructor injection, parallel injection is not allowed, whereas it is allowed in setter injection. The constructor injection doesn't override setter property, whereas the same is not true for setter injection. Constructor injection creates a new instance if any modification is done. Creation of new instance is not possible in setter injection. In case the bean has many properties, then constructor injection is preferred. If it has few properties, then setter injection is preferred. Next question, what are Spring Beans? They are the objects forming the backbone of the user's application and are managed by the Spring IOC container. Spring Beans are instantiated, configured, wired, and managed by IOC container. Beans are created with the configuration metadata that the users supply to the container by means of XML or Java annotation configurations. Next question, how is the configuration metadata provided to the Spring container? There are three ways of providing configuration metadata. They are as follows. First one, XML based configuration. The bean configurations and its dependencies are specified in XML configuration files. This starts with a bean tag as shown below. Second one, annotation based configuration. Instead of XML approach, the beans can be configured into the component class itself by using annotations on the relevant class, method, or field declaration. Annotation wiring is not active in the Spring container by default. This has to be enabled in the Spring XML configuration file as shown below. Third one, Java based configuration. Spring Framework introduced key features as part of new Java configuration support. This makes use of the configuration annotated classes and @bean annotated methods. Note that classes annotated with configuration allows to define interbean dependencies by simply calling other @bean methods in the same class. Next question, what are the bean scopes available in Spring? The Spring Framework has 5 scope supports. They are: first one, singleton. The scope of bean definition while using this would be single instance per IOC container. Second one, prototype. Here the scope for a single bean definition can be any number of object instances. Third one, request. The scope of bean definition is an HTTP request. Fourth one, session. Here the scope of bean definition is HTTP session. Fifth one, global session. The scope of bean definition here is an global HTTP session. Next question, explain bean lifecycle in Spring Bean Factory container. Bean lifecycle is as follows. The IOC container instantiates the bean from the bean definitions in the XML file. Spring then populates all the properties using dependency injection as specified in the bean definition. The bean factory container calls set bean name, which takes the bean ID and the corresponding bean as to implement bean name aware interface. The factory then calls the set bean factory by passing an instance of itself. If bean post processor is associated with a bean, then the pre-process before initialization method are invoked. If an init method is specified, then it will be called. Lastly, post process after initialization method will be called if there are any bean post processors associated with the bean needs to be run post the creation. Next question, what is auto wiring and name the different modes of it. The IOC container auto-wires relationship between the application beans. Springlets collaborates to resolve which bean has to be wired automatically by inspecting the contents of the bean factory. Different modes of this process are: first one, no. This means no auto wiring and is the default setting. Explicit bean reference should be used for wiring. Second one, by name. The bean dependency is injected according to the name of the bean. This matches and wires its properties with the beans defined by the same names as per the configuration. Third one, by type. This injects the bean dependency based on type. Fourth one, constructor. Here it injects the bean dependency by calling the constructor of the class. It has a large number of parameters. Last one, auto detect. First, the container tries to wire using auto wire by constructor. If it isn't possible, then it tries to auto wire by type. Next question, what are the limitations of auto wiring? First one, overriding possibility. Dependencies are specified using constructor arc and property settings which overrides auto wiring. Second one, data type restriction. Primitive data types, strings and classes can't be auto wired. That's all in this video. Please support for more technical videos. Rashi Thinks. If you have any doubts, please add your comment in comment section. Please click on bell icon to receive latest notifications from Rashi Thinks.